68 cars leave the pit and move smoothly into the first turn behind the pace car. Bill France, president of NASCAR, the National Association for Stock Cars, leads them around. On the pole position, inside front row, Carl Burris, car number 20. Banju Matthews, Fireball Roberts, and Marion Farr complete the first two rows. When the pace car dives into the pit road on the next go-round, the green flag will turn them loose. Moving smartly out of the long first and second turn, they reached the backstretch of the 2.5-mile speedway completed only 1 year ago. They're moving faster now, riding higher on the 31-degree bank turn, designed for speeds of 200 miles an hour. The pace car's off the track. Here they come. They're racing. Banju Matthews grabs the lead. Fireball Roberts right behind him as they climb the bank into the first turn. Roaring down the backstretch, 68 cars play follow the leader at 150 miles an hour. Fourth turn, end of lap 1. The leader's at record speed, but the rest of the field is in trouble back in the fourth turn. The most fantastic pileup in auto racing history takes 37 cars out of the race.
A car's out of control. Maynard Troyer's Ford number 60 flips an incredible number of times. The roll bar cage that protects the driver and keeps the roof up is intact. The yellow flag whips, and caution lights at key points around the track signal all drivers to slow down. Seat belts and shoulder harness kept Troyer in his seat and in the car. The huge safety apparatus of the Speedway and NASCAR swings into action. There are dozens of safety vehicles stationed around the track, as well as a fully equipped hospital in the infield for the care of drivers and spectators. One man's disaster is another's opportunity. The front runners pit while the caution signal slows the field. Buddy Baker, Dodge number 11, is refueled and out of the pits in 12 seconds. While the cars refuel, let's see again Maynard Troyer's near disaster. Troyer's engine blew, locking the rear wheels. As he headed down off the high banks, Troyer's car dug in and began to roll with the momentum of 4,000 pounds moving at more than 150 miles an hour. As it rolled, fenders and other parts were ripped from the body and scattered on the track. Twisting through the air, it landed on its wheels, and the added spring of tires and suspension made it leap into the air like a hooked sailfish. Through 18 flips, the roll cage kept the cockpit open, and Troyer sustained only minor injuries.
Oh, level and in trouble is 07 Lajoie. Randy Lajoie slamming into the wall. Randy Lajoie out of Norwalk, Connecticut, destroying his automobile. Randy Lajoie, second-generation driver, absolutely destroying the Bob Johnson car number 07.
Oh, that was horrible. Yet again, the car spun, lost control, and lifted up and it flew into that wall bottom first. It hit with the underside of the car right on that wall. There's going to have to be a rethink about that wall. That's the third major crash that wall has had in the last 2 years, and I can only think they're going to have to shallow down the angle of attack on that wall.
This was the Rookie of the Year on the NASCAR North Tour a year ago. He's 21 years old, won 4 races on that Northern Tour a year back. This was his first time here at Daytona. Randy Lajoie. And let's look at it again. Out of control, off turn 4. So similar to the 15 Ricky Rudd, but he collects the wall, which Rudd just missed. Sails bottom side at 190 miles an hour into the retainer, and the car is destroyed.
Bobby Allison is next up. Son Davey should be next. You can see Earnhardt, the yellow car still in the picture. But Buddy Baker, who has a lot of sentiment among veteran observers, as one of the real...
Oh, we have a problem.
Allison is blowing the tire.
Bobby Allison with a horrible crash here on the front stretch. It has torn out a complete section of protective railing separating it. Alan Kulwicki becomes involved.
Debris and is collecting other cars. There was a lot of debris in the front stretch.
Larry, I think a tire blew. I think I saw a tire coming apart while he was right here in the tri-oval nearing the starting line.
Right rear, it begins to shred, and the car goes out of control. You're at 210 miles an hour. You can see the right rear going. You see the debris there on the left-hand side of your screen. Earnhardt avoids Bobby. The car goes backwards. The aerodynamics get underneath the car, and Allison gets up into the fence. The aerodynamics lifted the car. They're not built to go backwards. Right underneath Harold Kinder. Harold, he stayed in there. Boy, I'll tell you, talk about a trooper. Kinder is right there. He's got the yellow flag out right away. That is a veteran, competent flagman. Here comes the rest of the field down. They've decelerated to maybe 180 miles an hour, but all the debris, there's Petty, there's Kulwicki spinning. There's just nowhere for many of these drivers to go because there's so much of what was left over from the initial impact on the front stretch, and there was just nowhere to go.
And tires began to explode, too, as they ran over debris caused by the Allison crash. Well, it's very rare that you see that catch fencing do its job, but it sure did its job here at Talladega today, as if it hadn't been there or if it had not been as strong as it was, Bobby Allison's car would very clearly have gone into the grandstand right below us here in the broadcast booth. There's the tire going.
Here's another angle of it, and we'll just let you watch it because we've covered it well.
There are 4 or 5 cars that have crashed here in the tri-over. There is Neil Bonnett's number 31 torn up front and rear. The Musgrave car is torn up. He's told his crew that he is okay. You're in Neil Bonnett's car. Bonnett's car lies in the grass just at the bottom of the track.
Wow, his car goes upside down and then comes back on the wheels as we see Musgrave's car sliding up against the wall, flames coming from it as he comes across the start-finish line.
From inside of Bonnett's car.
You can see he's torn some fence up as the car got upside down, got up into the retaining fence here. Quite a bit of damage to the fence.
Well, let's look again here.
Well, there's Neil's
right
car
up
back,
over
right up over it, yeah. And he gets hit by, it looked like the 41 car of Phil Parsons. Or maybe Phil got by and didn't hit him. It looked like he was coming right into it.
Goodness, 6 gets, it's like, oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Wow. Like Boris said, got into the 6 car. David Reagan. Oh my goodness. David Reagan. This, oh my goodness. Ron Fellows also into the wall in that. Wow, terrible.
Marcos Ambrose managed to get by Brad Keselowski and lead the last lap of this race, and he's going to pick up his first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win.
Yeah, watch the run these drivers get that are lined up. Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. right there in the 88. Watch Bernie.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, hard in the wall.
And she's all right after a hard crash, and the caution flag is out.
The race is over. That's Tony Stewart will win the race. We got that camera in there with Danica and see she's fine.
She's at the back of the pack in the inside, and they're 4 wide across here, just about, as Allmendinger leads them way up the high side. Where is the contact?
Somebody's going to come down into her, I think.
Almirola.
Yeah, right there. He got on the bumper of it. Looked like McMurray's car, the one, turned him a little bit to the left. Thank God for safer barriers.
That was a hard lick. It's almost that car didn't even look like it slowed down as it was going across there.
I'm so glad that all these racetracks have put safer barriers where we never had them before, and here's a perfect example of why we need them everywhere.
So Danica Patrick is okay after this.
Bottom. There you go. Keep digging. 3 wide.
Goodness gracious. Let's go on board.
Bottom. There you go. Keep digging. 3 wide.
Is that not? Did you see what she did with her hands?
Yeah, all that open wheel experience.
IndyCar, all that open wheel experience. She knew not to hold on to that steering wheel. That is amazing. I saw her do that here in the ARCA race a couple years ago.
I mean, if you hold on to the wheel there, you can break a wrist easily.
Yeah, but
when that wheel wrenches your hands.
Do you just have any idea when you're headed for that wall that fast that you got the time to think about letting go and putting your hands up like that?
Has moved all the way up into the top 10. Top 5 currently running 4th. He's talking about running with Jason White. He says, get outside. Here I come.
They're dead even right now for the lead. Here comes Todd Bodine on the outside too, making it 3 wide back there, about 6 rows back of 2x2. But side by side, coming out of turn number 2, around goes the 32 and hard into the wall. Miguel Paludo hard into the wall coming out of turn number 4.
Very reminiscent of Danica's accident in the duel.
Caution comes out for the 5th time. Miguel Paludo running in the top 3. Slides coming out of turn number 4, and then a head-in collision with the inside wall, and what a great sign to see that window net go down, as the safety crew will get to him immediately.
Let's see if we see any contact here.
He's the second car on the second truck on the inside line.
Wow, maybe he let off the. Maybe he made an evasive action there because of PK Jr.
Wow,
what an
impact.
How violent that was.
That truck weighs 3,700 pounds, and it flies up in the air like that and catches on fire, and yet.
And we saw how quickly Miguel Paludo had put the window net down, was taking his helmet off. Amazing.
I think he got in the back of Nelson Piquet Jr. and when he did, that slowed his momentum, and that's, I think, James Buescher got into him. Watch this now.
Look.
It's hard to see. You can see right there.
You could see Piquet get a little bit sideways. That's real-time speed right there.
But I don't know if those trucks make high. I know Piquet got sideways, and then all of a sudden Paludo gets sideways, and these trucks handle well enough. It's hard to understand how this could have happened.
Watch how close now Paludo gets to Piquet.
I think he just made I think the leader just got loose, and Paludo just made an evasive, a bit of a quick move, and he lost his truck maybe.
I think there was contact. Let's see.
Riding along with Ron Hornaday now.
Watch the leader get sideways.
You're right. I don't think there was any contact from front or behind.
And I think Miguel just said, oh no, where's he going? And you remember earlier when Paulie Haraka, right there off turn 4, where the track flattens out. You're going very fast there. The banking goes away, and the trucks are light there. The back end is light. He makes a move because he sees his teammate a little bit sideways, and into the inside wall he goes.
John King's doing a great job, as Terry Cook told him. Those left side's on the yellow line.
Running along with Ty Dillon. He decides the outside line might be the way to go.
Look at Tom Bodine. He's coming back. He's got pushing from Joey Coulter, and they're making some ground.
Now moving off of the bottom of the racetrack as they come into the tri-oval.
Stay on the yellow line. They're trying to make something happen up top here. Stay on the yellow line.
Jason White, and around they go. That will bring the caution out as Joey Coulter goes flying into the catch fence just past the start-finish line, and that will mean John King will win at Daytona.
John, you just won Daytona. Come here, get this checkered flag. That's all yours right there, my friend.
And the checker.
Get that checkered flag. Okay.
John King, a winner at Daytona International Speedway. This is how it happened as far as the caution coming out. Look back in the middle there, the 22 of Joey Coulter.
A little bit of contact with the 31 of James Busher. Gets up into the catch fence, and man, does that catch fence do its job.
And of course, Ty Dillon slipped right through again. See Ty there in the truck with the bright neon orange, just slips right through. I'm just glad Coulter's okay. That was wild looking. See the way it ripped that back of that truck apart?
Well, it sure did. And the front.
James Busher in the 31 got into the back of that 22.
Watch this.
Well, look at that ride, will you? Is that Hornaday going underneath Joey Coulter?
Hornaday underneath the 22 of Joey Coulter.